Rising leaders. Comfortable. Grand Rising. Give a few moments for the notifications to go out. Grand Rising. Thank you for joining. It's a pool. Yes. So while we're waiting for everyone to join, I love that. I like that better, Dr. Cassandra. Happy Rising. I like that. Yes. So I am Phoenix Love of a Healer's Haven. I work with purpose-driven leaders like yourself to provide holistic healing solutions to help you achieve your wellness goals as well as work-life balance. I am the helper to the healer and the healer to the helper. I am here to support you in your journey to reveal, heal, and live on purpose. So thank you so much for joining this morning for our morning chat for the soul. This is one of the many changes and updates and announcements that I'm going to talk about this morning very briefly, and then I'm going to get into our message and wrap up with devotion. And I'm going to do all of that hopefully within a half an hour, because that's one of my New Year, I don't like to say goals or resolutions, but yeah, we say goals for this community, to keep the messages, especially the morning chat for the soul, which is one of the new ones, to about a half hour, 40 minutes the most, just because being respectful of all of our time as leaders, that we have many things to do, even on a Saturday. Sometimes Saturday is really devoted to supporting the other side of the life part of the balance, work-life balance, and doing things with our family and our loved ones and errands, and even for ourselves. I'm very big on self-love and self-care. So a lot of times Saturdays are dedicated, or should be dedicated, to that self-love Saturday. So I want to be respectful of that. So if you happen to catch this on a replay, just put hashtag replay in the comment section. And if you have any questions or comments, just, please drop them there. Grand Risings, thank you everyone for joining. So let's get right to it. I am so excited for this community because, one, I just want to thank you all that have been participating, inviting new people into the community. Facebook is making a lot of changes with their algorithms, and even to the groups. So if you've noticed, like for the last month or so, the privacy has been changed in the group. And that was sort of on purpose, but not so much. So it will be going back to a closed community really soon. But I appreciate everyone sharing and letting people know about the group and the messages and the posts and just your participation. And I want to welcome all of the new members. The only reason why I haven't done an official welcome that I normally do is because the privacy is kind of open right now and flowing. So once we're back to our regular status of a closed private group, which will be soon, I will do my official welcome to you and, embrace all our new welcomes. Our new members in a post. So thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of this community. Continue to invite people in because we are going to have an amazing year. We're going to be doing some challenges. I have some new programs that I'm going to be presenting to the community, and it's going to be great. So I'm glad you're here. So some of the changes, this is one of them. The morning chat for the soul is something I'm going to be doing every week, either on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, really depends. Because what's happening, and this is really ties into the message of what kind of magnet you are. Because I consider myself the type of magnet where if I put in my mind, these are the things that I want and that I want to do, and this is all law of attraction. This is all, having that connection with divinity, everything that I talk about, then I'm going to manifest it. So there's been a lot of manifestations, things that I have put out there to the universe, things I have prayed about to God that are manifesting now. So we talk about work-life balance, I am making sure that for myself, that I'm balancing out my offline world with my online world. So with that, of course, we have these responsibilities that we have because I'm still a mom. I'm still, even though my son is, college age, but we're getting him ready to transfer to another college and, out of state. So, it's a lot going on in my life personally. We have ups and downs because just like all of you, I've been dealing with some stuff, family stuff, health stuff, not with myself personally, but with family members. And I'm still a wife and I still got bills to pay. All of that stuff is there. So I have to make sure I'm mindful, and I'm saying this because this is all ties into the message, and this is all what we all should be doing as holistic leaders, is making sure that everything is in decency and order and in balance. So with that, that's some of the adjustments that I'm making also with the community, but it turns out to be a beautiful thing because morning chat, what came out of that is morning chat for the soul, which is what we're doing right now. And which I love because I love first, like early in the morning type of messages. And then Mindfulness Monday is going to adjust a little bit because you've already seen it, that I'm not necessarily going to do live guided meditations. That's going to be in there. That's not going to stop completely. We went on hiatus, or I went on hiatus anyway, but I still have, videos and, past guided meditations because many of you are new to the community. So I'll post those still. And you'll get still me, but it won't be me live every single Monday. The other thing with Mindfulness Monday, because again, what Mindfulness Monday is all about is showing you, some of you struggle with meditation. So it's giving you an opportunity, one, to practice meditation, and two, to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be done all throughout the day through different ways. So mindfulness is even how you sit down and eat your food. So I'm going to be showing you, when I put out a video, those are all strategic. They're all forms of mindfulness and or meditation. So when you see my videos, even if they're only 3 minutes, it's a mindfulness tactics. Like I think last week I posted something that had a sound bowl, because again, that's some of the work that I do. I do vibrational sound healing. So it was an actual Tibetan sound bowl floating in the water and being struck, so you can see, one, how that works with our body because we're 80% water. And I've talked about this when I, explain the type of work that I do. And then also it's a mindfulness intervention. So you even watching that, it's showing you how to be present. So just know that Mindfulness Monday changes a little bit because it's not just me doing a guided meditation with you, but you are still getting the intervention. You are still getting the benefit of mindfulness or meditation. Okay, so that's one, is a shift, but you're still getting the benefit, and that's the whole point of it. So whether it's 3 minutes or it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes, like when I do the guided meditations, you'll still get the benefit. So that's a change, but it's a positive change because, one, it also shows you I can be mindful, in everything that I do. So I think it's a blessing, it's a plus. So the other change, I'm just looking at my notes because I don't want to forget to mention anything, is the big change is the Sunday soup and the Leadership Tuesdays. Now, I spoke before in one of the other videos about Leadership Tuesday changed to another night and stuff like that. So then, I really prayed and meditated about it. And Sunday soup, like I had shifted in, I believe, the end of last year or maybe in the beginning of this year, that Sunday soup was really going to be involving you, the community. And I want that to really be the focus of Sunday soup. Yes, we have a topic, we talk about it, but to me, let's take it another level. So I said Sunday soup is going to be combined with Leadership Tuesdays. So it's going to be Sunday soups for leaders, and it's going to be done on Zoom, which means you'll get a link that you can participate and you come on. I can see you, you can see me. And it's really going to be our meetup that we do twice a month. So I'm just trying to figure out, is it going to be the second and the fourth Sunday? Is it going to be the first and the third Sunday? It'll be some kind of combination like that. I'm going to post that really soon. But Sunday soup, to me, should really be just like a pot of soup. The pot of soup is really tasty and wonderful when you put all the right ingredients in it. The ingredients are going to be you, the community, the members. And what I want to continue to do, this is where the Leadership Tuesday piece came in, the actual format that we was using, is that I'm highlighting and featuring members of this community. You get an opportunity to come, you present in that space, you talk about, whatever the topic is, and do a training. So, and I'm not saying a training where you have a board and all of that stuff and PowerPoints, unless you want to, because it is an opportunity in Zoom where you can share the screen, and I think it's perfect. So Sunday Soup turns into Sunday Soup for Leaders. Will it be like that every single session? No, not necessarily. Sometimes we'll just sit there, we'll have a topic, and I'll prompt some questions, and we'll talk. Because reason why I think it's so important that we have this type of forum for this community is because, again, holistic living for purpose-driven leaders is all about supporting you in every aspect of your life, holistic, mind, body, soul, spirit. And it's really about helping you to be the best you that you can be. So it's really giving it an opportunity for us to have that exchange in that type of forum, ask questions, feel each other's energy, see each other for those that will, come on screen, because that's what Zoom gives you that opportunity to do. And it's a group. It's like a meetup. So that way I'm not scheduling separate virtual meetups. That is the meetup. Okay, so that's really what Sunday Soup is going to turn into. It's going to be one big old pot of all of us having a conversation about very important topics. Why? Because it's that time. If you had a chance to catch my Real Conversations with Real Souls, the virtual panel, which I posted in this group on, Thursday, you see, even with that platform, I'm hitting I started off with a very tough topic, very taboo topic, but this is where things are right now. And I know for me, part of my calling, this is where I am being led to, speak about these type of things. So with this community, it's definitely not going to be any different. We need to touch on certain topics and have discussions so that we can reveal, heal, and live on purpose. Okay, so that's that. That's Sunday Soup for Leaders. And there will be some challenges coming up. I am looking to do a fast this month, but it's very special, specific type of fast. So I'll post the information about that with some more details. So that's coming up. And the last thing I want to mention is that I have rebooted the Empath, Becoming a Warrior Empath, survival strategies, 10 survival strategies for becoming a warrior empath. So this is going to take place next Saturday morning, February 9th. So if you feel that is something that's for you, you're not sure if you're an empath, or you know you are one but you've been struggling, then this is really a webinar, and this is all live webinar through Zoom. And you can sign up, because I posted the actual link in the group, and join us on February 9th. It's in the morning. It's only 2 hours. So hopefully you can join us. If you can't watch it and sit for that time, there is a replay that's included in the registration. So no worries about that. Okay? So I think that's it as far as the announcements. I want to just get that out the way before I get into the message. So the message this morning is really, again, keeping it short and sweet, is about what kind of magnet are you, or what type of magnet are you. And that really came out of a post that I did recently about our minds are magnets. So whatever we're thinking about, whatever we have in our heart, because remember, everything is an energy exchange. So if you are constantly thinking about your bills and worrying about money and worrying about your health, and you're going to draw more of whatever you're thinking about consistently over and over again. And we call it ruminating in the clinical world. If you're ruminating on, you may not get another job, or you're ruminating on, you're worried about your kids all the time, or you're ruminating on just a lot of negative things, you're going to bring that to you. If whatever it is that you want, and this is really sort of the core of law of attraction, whatever you want, that's what you need to think about. Don't think about what you don't want, because then you're just going to stay exactly where you are. It kind of keeps you stuck in that spot, in the same spot, not moving forward, because you're drawing more of what you don't want to you. So it's very important that you monitor your thoughts. You become the watcher and the observer of your thinking, okay? Because that is the magnet. So what type of magnet are you? Are you a magnet that's thinking positive thoughts, and you that magnet that have that magnetic energy that you're drawing all of this great stuff to you? Or are you a magnet that your energy is drawing a lot of negative stuff to you? And you have to really look at that, because we have this life force energy within us that's always flowing through us, right? And that life force energy is meant to be positive and pull all of the things into our lives that is going to be life-giving for us. That's why it's called life force energy. But sometimes, because we have a lot of unmet needs and unhealed wounds, and we have all of these limiting beliefs, all these things within us, sometimes we don't even realize we're drawing a lot of negativity towards us, right? So even when I work with my clients, when they step in the door, especially when the ones that come to me in person, first thing I do is do an aura clearing on them, or aura cleansing. So that's the smudging, either using, a Palo Santo stick, or a smudge bundle with sage and sweetgrass. Or if I'm not able to use the smoke, I use smokeless or smokeless smudge. And I spray them and clear their aura that way, and do some prayers around them, or just use Reiki, because we need to have our aura cleared regularly, because we're always interacting with different types of negative spirits. And we don't know, when we brush up against somebody, when we're going out in the public, we don't know what's transferring to us, okay? So we have to keep our aura clear. It's very important. And that negative energy can get on us and be there, right? And we don't even know we're walking around with this. So one, internally, we have to check what's going on with us internally, and our emotions and things that we have dealt with, but also externally. When we go into certain environments, that's why we have to be very, 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 I want to say, intuitive about where we go, the type of people we're around. All of these things are factors. All of these are things that we need to monitor, okay, as human beings. But especially, again, there's always another layer. We have to take it to another level when we're an empath or a highly sensitive person, because we tend to absorb energy, other people's emotions and their energy and everything very easily, okay, because of our sensitivities, the way we're wired from a neurological standpoint. So we have to be extra careful with that, okay? So what kind of magnet are you? And see, I know I'm that type of magnet. I know that I absorb, right? That has been my history. I've learned myself. This is what I'm saying. You have to really learn everything about yourself. You have to know who you are and how you are built and wired, because that's also going to give you some direction and information about how you are to protect yourself, right? So, and that also tells you, once you know what type of magnet you are, then you have to act accordingly. All right? So really sit down and think about it. Think about, what am I spending my time thinking about every day? And even as a moment for moment, be mindful. And this is where mindfulness comes in. Be mindful of what's being played throughout your mind on a daily basis. Be mindful of your actions, of your words, because words is energy as well. What words are you speaking? Are you speaking a lot of complaining? Are you saying a lot of doom and gloom? Are you saying what you don't have, what you don't want? Because you keep saying it, that's exactly what you're going to get. Give the energy to what you want. Speak it as though it is. Okay? I am successful. I am wealthy. Even if your bank account is saying something different, say it anyway. It is not that you're like, oh, I'm not telling the truth. Yeah, you are telling the truth, because this is what you desire to see, right? And even if it's in the physical and the natural realm, it's not manifested yet, that's okay. Keep saying it. Keep speaking it. Speak what you want, not what you don't want, because you're just going to keep drawing that to you. So that's really what it's about. When you think about a magnet is like a force, and it's pulling and it's drawing, right? And we all are magnets. We're like walking magnets. We really are. We are giving off that energy everywhere we go. Our energy shows up before we do. It basically, that's how we introduce ourselves to each other. That's our introduction, our energy. Now, you can't see it, but you can feel it, right? Because we've been around people and we can feel, what we call vibes, right? We can feel it, or there's a chemistry. It's the same thing. And that's all part of the law of attraction. Okay, so be mindful. The message is really be mindful of your thoughts. Be mindful of your words. Matter of fact, be more than mindful. Be strategic about it. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, because that's what this is all about. Whatever you want to manifest, speak it, think it. And if you feel your mind going somewhere else, or you have a negative thought, immediately change it to a positive thought. I can't afford, to buy this, whatever it is. I can't afford to buy this computer right now. I don't have the money for it. Replace that. I am going to buy the computer. I do have the money to buy the computer. The money comes to me. I will manifest the money to come to me to buy this computer. Just change the language, and you will be amazed at exactly what happens. That's how when we have these checks in the mail that show up, or we have those blessings that come out of the blue. That's exactly what happens. That's how those things happen. Because once you start speaking those words and you start thinking the thoughts, and then your action is as so it is, that's exactly what happens. Okay? So think about that. That's the thought for today. That's the thought for the next couple of days. That's really the thought for the week. Okay? You want blessings, think blessings. You want peace, think peace. Be peace. Whatever it is you want, draw it to you. Like Mother Teresa said, she's like, don't talk to me about war. Don't talk to me about poverty. Anytime you want me to be involved, then talk about peace. Talk about love. She said, I'm not going to talk about anything I'm against. I'm not anti anything. She said, I'm for peace. I'm for love. I'm for, helping people. So she said she don't want to be involved with anything that's anti, because to anything you're anti, you're against, you're giving energy to that. So our president, trust, we all have our opinions about that. Pray for him. So he'd be against them. Pray for him. And I know it's tough, because I know I've fallen into that category of like, oh my goodness, this, that, and the other. But this is where I pull back and I stop you and say, nope, Phoenix, don't even complain about it. Pray for him. Wish him well. Pray for his heart. Pray for a change in his mind, his thinking. Pray for the positive things. Put the energy into the positive things. Okay? So that's it. What type of magnet are you? What are you thinking? And just ponder on that. And write it down. Journal. This is an excellent journal exercise as well. Okay? So here's the devotion. And it's really about, it falls right in line. And I love it when the divine kind of leads me to, because again, I told you I have a multitude of books that I read from for devotions and positive messages. And this one is my daily book of positive quotations. And the topic is living every day. Being mindful. Living every day. Because remember, every moment is a new moment to do something different, to make a change, to make a shift. May you live all the days of your life. Jonathan Swift. How often do we ask ourselves, as if walking from a dream, where has the time gone? I know I ask that all the time. What happened to yesterday, last week, last month, last year? Look, it's already February 2nd, right? Our lives are all that we have on earth. And yet, how many days do we let slip by without living them as fully as we might? Living every day. doesn't have to mean trying to achieve something significant every moment that we're conscious. No one could sustain a life like that. It just means doing something each day that adds value to our lives and the lives of others. I will do something today that will make me feel that I have really lived it. So it's all about living your life. Living your life being present, living your life being mindful, living moment by moment. You don't have to be doing something extra every single day and, when you wake up, but just wake up. Be grateful. When your feet hit the floor, just be grateful. Express gratitude as much as possible. And it really start to tune yourself to those positive thoughts immediately. And when the negative ones come, replace it with a positive one. See, the more that we internally give ourselves that positive energy, it's going to come out. It's going to manifest. It's going to manifest the things that we want. And it's going to show up in our interactions with other people. We'll start to attract the right people, the right types of behavior, okay? Because if you ever notice, when you smile at someone, they can't help sometimes but reflect that. Because remember, we're mirrors. We're reflections of each other. You smile at someone, they give you a smile, you give them a smile. Sometimes some people are a little bit cranky and they don't do that, but that's okay. You smile anyway. How you show up is so important, okay? And that's really when you feel good and you look good and you just have this energy that's just coming out that's so positive and loving, you will draw more of that positive energy to you. So everyone, have a blessed and wonderful Saturday. And, just remember, just smile. Give off that good energy. All right. Have a blessed one. Peace.